Wok-seared rice noodles made a little bit special with some Chinese roast duck. So things don't need to be complicated to be delicious. This is my Thai roast duck pad see ew. So pad see ew in Thai literally just means soy sauce stir fry. It's one of the most simplest dishes that we have in Thailand, and yet you've got to get all the bits and pieces just right because otherwise it falls apart. So let's run through it all. First up, we're going to start off with the end, and that is the chili vinegar sauce that you need to drizzle on at the end just before you eat. This is a non-negotiable in my book, and one thing that a lot of people miss out on when they cook this dish at home. So anyway, we need some chili first of all. Just a mild chili. This is not about heat, it's more about giving some extra tang at the end. And then just take yourself some regular old white vinegar, and the chili goes in, and it's as simple as that. Even the condiments are simple for this one. And now for the duck. So typically you would find this in Thailand with chicken or pork. I'm doing a little special version today and using some Chinese roast duck. Now this I've got from a local Chinese restaurant here in Bangkok. If you've got access to a Chinatown or a Chinese restaurant near you, then go ahead and take advantage of their roasted meats. Yum. Otherwise, you can find like Peking duck in the freezer section these days, and just follow the instructions and heat that up. Oh, I'm such a skin girl. I always try and steal the skin before I put it in the dish. So good. And now let's talk about the noodles. So traditionally we use fresh rice noodles for this one. That gives you the ultimate texture, kind of like just charred at the edges, but really soft and chewy. Now, these are the fresh rice noodles. You can find them in the fridge section of a lot of Asian supermarkets. And the thing with these is you've got to do the prep work right, otherwise the whole thing will just turn to mush in your pan. So if you have a look, these are all fairly well stuck together and they're fridge cold. Now if I tried to rip these apart, they would just break. If I put them in the wok, they would break. What you need to do is just heat them up slightly and tear them all apart before you put them in. So I'm going to put this in the microwave about 10 seconds. Okay, so these are just a little bit warm, and what you want to do is take a whole handful of them and just separate them. And because they're a little warm, they will come apart super easily. So just this one little extra step and your pad see ew will be transformed, I promise. Now if you'd like to have a go at making these fresh rice noodles at home, I've got a video for how to do that. Just check it out on my website or YouTube channel. Oh, and if you want the chicken version of this, also got a video for that too. And now to stir fry. So now we're ready to stir fry, and the key here is to get your pan or your wok really hot first of all. Now add in some oil and some garlic and some young Chinese broccoli or gailan. Any kind of Asian green will do here though. Just the smell of that garlic in the wok always makes me very happy. Now in go my noodles. And I want 2 types of soy sauce here. Some light soy sauce, which is a regular Chinese soy sauce, and some dark soy sauce. Now a little pinch of sugar, just toss that through. Now have a look at how beautifully separate and not soggy or stuck together those noodles are. Just what we want. And now the duck. Now this shouldn't be a really saucy noodle dish. You should have just the barest amount of sauce seasoning each of those strands of noodle, and that's about it. And for me, there has to be white pepper in this. It's that flavor of soy sauce and white pepper that really makes it a classic pad see ew to me. And now we're ready to serve. Now don't forget that chili vinegar. You'll find that vinegar is such a revelation on these noodles if you haven't been putting them on at home. And for me, well, you know me, I love things spicy, so I'm just going to add a little bit of chili powder. That one's optional. And there you go, a little bit of a special version of pad see ew with some Chinese roast duck. This is just simplicity and happiness all in one plate. Now that is what I'm talking about. So yum. See, things don't need to be complicated to be delicious. This is proof. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.